cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Damn, Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land, trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the buck. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. Can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Tired of trying, go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer with media, keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why the people try to define infrastructure right? I don't got time, infrastructure right, I don't got time. It's all to we're talking about you, brought to protecting the sons and daughters from political manslaughter.
Someone put me out cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Never play by the rules, guess I'm paying my dues. They gon' try to intrude, poison the multitude. They be quick to accuse, when you got different views. Just know you gon' pay the price, based off the item you choose. Many ties in the culture, hit you with them K-Ultra. I knew you was a vulture, Holy Ghost get the ushers. No, I can't trust you. Stay hunting, why the rush left with nothing? 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 Agitated illusion, only built for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. Think I know the solution, maybe not should I do it? Just put it in the music, just put it in the music.
Someone put me out cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. You'll burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you may get all that you desire, no ceiling was that never be the same. You'll burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you may get all that you desire, no ceiling was that never be the same. You burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you may get all that you desire, no ceiling was that never be the same.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. But the students ain't eating around here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, then I hit that. I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this.
We're at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Here's Dobbins. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Now a carry for Dobbins. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A first carry of the ball game for DJ Dallas. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On third down, Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
On third down, Gilmore. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
Only a yard. It's fourth down. That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers, nothing.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike, coming to you.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Dalvin Cook, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
The game at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
First down, Ravens.
A run with Fournette there as he'll push this forward for about 4 on first down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 38.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Ed Oliver.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And the Ravens first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he is not going anywhere. They stop it for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Able to find Isabella. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That gain on third down, good for 28.
The 43-yard line.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Let's go. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. Watch the run, watch the run. That's south, baby. That's big south.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
40's Mike. 40's Mike.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he's taken down inside the 30. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play. They'll run with Cook. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Flushed out right. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Wait. Break Mike 48, Mike 48. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. 48 Mike. 48 Mike. Hey, here we go.
Looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality?
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
The pass. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Steelers.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go. 48 for Mike. Push him back. Push him back. Yellow. 48.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Travis Kelce in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Daniel Carlson on for the point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Just like that. 48,
2nd and 5. That'll be complete to Cook. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Here we go. Corners the line. Squeeze. Coming, baby. I'm coming.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he finds Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll run on first down. Gilmore. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. They'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 27 yards there, a first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. T.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? He gets it to Brown, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 43-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
1st down, Ravens.
They'll run on 1st down with Dallas. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half. And that trend is continuing here.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Man open left side is Brown. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. A shotgun snap, and again to Dobbins. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another run here with Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's see what you got. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Mike 48. Stay with your man. 48. 48's Mike. 48's Mike. It's our time. It's our time.
They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Switch up, switch up.
That ball complete to Isabella. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Andy Isabella, 81 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
Cook, they'll try and run it. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Score, Steelers 28, Ravens 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That catch good for only a couple. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25.
The pass.
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory.
It's a gain of
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here's Dallas. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense. Here we go. Set it.
They start the drive with Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The Steelers send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And we've just seen a late lead change there. 49ers in front. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Andy Isabella. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14.
Steelers 35, Ravens 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they will take a knee here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, but he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there.
37.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Michaels. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This one from 46 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
and they take a knee. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
3rd down and 11.
Play action. They'll throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half.